Most people are familiar with the saying, "Time flies when you're having fun." However, few people consider how this simple observation demonstrates the elastic nature of time. If one person who's having fun perceives moments as moving quickly, time feels fast. For another person who's bored, time seems to move slowly. Therefore, time is not a constant. Instead, it is a function of conscious perception. Did you ever wonder why your puppy is so happy to see you when you get home from work? In his or her short life, your absence would seem an eternity, especially if your furry friend was bored. Remember when you were a child? A week seemed like a long time. To a 10-year-old, a year represents 10% of their total life experience. At age 50, a year seems to go by much quicker. It now represents only 2% of your total life experience. Once again, this demonstrates that the perception of time is a function of conscious interpretation and not a universal constant. Which begs another question. Would time even exist if there were no physical mind to perceive it? Albert Einstein once wrote, "People like us who believe in physics know that the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion." In other words, time, he said, is not real but an illusion. But that's a discussion for another day. Today, we are focused on the elasticity of time. We are examining what causes it to be perceived so differently by individuals who are experiencing different states of mind. Uncle Einstein considered Nikola Tesla to be the smartest man in the world. Tesla stated, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Note that Tesla did not mention time as one of the three constituent components of the universe. This despite that most contemporary Earth scientists would include time as a component. Tesla also understood the illusory nature of time and points us to where it truly originates from. Therefore, I'm going to make a bold assertion which has proven true in my life. Time flies when your vibration is high. In my book, Mentagenesis, Free Your Mind to Create Your Future, available on Amazon.com, I talk about the dream state being the bridge between the physical experience and our spiritual reality. I point out that when we're asleep, time in the waking world is perceived differently. If we're getting a good and restful sleep, the night is perceived to speed by. We awaken refreshed and full of optimism. If we maintain that high vibe during our waking experience, the day glides by quickly. We experience minimal anxiety and reduced stress. But if we wake from a distressed slumber fraught with tossing and turning, we become cranky and miserable. Then we go on to experience a day full of frustration and anxiety. As a result, time drags on and on. Our perception of time is tied to the frequency of our vibration. If your life seems to be dragging by, it's a good indication your personal existential frequency is low. You're not living an authentic or fulfilling life, and therefore are bored. Sad to say, you may be a slave to the grind. If, on the other hand, your life seems to be happily flying by at warp speed, this is a good sign. You're using your talents and expressing your creativity. You are generally experiencing a life in high frequency of vibration. Congratulations, you're mastering your reality and using the elasticity of time to your advantage.
The book Mentagenesis, available on Amazon.com, is designed to teach you how to focus your attention with solution-based thinking and to see difficulties from a state of expanded awareness. This will enable you to maintain a higher frequency of vibration.